Juggalos in recovery. Juggalos in recovery. Juggalos in recovery.
All right. So the gym list starts
Andy.
with a D6 to pick the category that we're going to be in. So it goes pain, healing, life, addiction, roadblocks, mental health, and emotional health for the D6. I'm going to go ahead and roll. We got healing. Let's see what the next tactic down is. This is where we got to roll the 30.
I gotta lose some
Let's
weight.
see.
I'm eating too much.
Man, I understand. So feeling out all of the emotions and healing. So when was the last time you had the opportunity to actually like sit down and feel what you're feeling? Like I know you just went through like a whole bunch of crazy shit in life. When was the last time you just sat down without trying to think about it and just let those emotions go through you?
That's a good one.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's something that most people kind of struggle with because, especially us, we're more goal oriented and we're focused on this shit feels wrong in this moment. What can I do to fix it right this second? When a lot of the time we just kind of have to exist in that moment without doing a damn thing about it before we can think about
Yeah.
it. Like, have you ever been able to do that?
Um, so to speak, when I was able to let a lot of emotions go
Mm-hmm.
and fly through just a lot with my daughter. She really touched my heart, or it really hurt my heart when she told me that um, she didn't want to talk to me anymore, and that
Mm-hmm.
it was a reality check, so to speak. You know, where I let like a lot of my emotions go roam around, and just it hit hard. You know, it was something I never felt before. That it's hard to explain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Yeah, something like that.
a heavy, heavy load for sure. So you went through your anger, your sadness, grief.
I don't.
I'm sure there was some other emotions in there. I don't know all of them. But
Yeah, it was
after
bad.
you
It was.
yeah, but I know that that hit you real hard. So you took time to process that. You didn't just immediately jump into like what can I do to fix this in that second? Because that has to have hit you so hard that you couldn't think.
It did. It really did. Um,
So like once you were able to like deal with that part where you're just feeling what it was, you get through that shock. What was your next step?
um, I wanted to figure out literally. I jumped to the emotional, wanting to not want that to ever happen.
Right.
Even though
I
it has, I'm trying to. I want to fix that. I want to be able to heal from that and have move past it to where her and I can have a real relationship.
right. And, and like that's one of those things that it's so hard because it's a relationship. It's not an easy thing to just think of immediately. Like, what is it can be done to fix this in this moment? That's going to take work because obviously she cut ties because you weren't ready and you needed to work on you because it was not great for her in the moment. So now that you're working on you and you're further along, what do you think is going to be that point for you when you would be able to try to reestablish that?
Um, Hopefully within the next few months. I'm hoping. I know it's gonna
Yeah.
take longer than that. I need counseling. I need to do other shit. But Chris, we're taking off right now, brother. I'm sorry. We gotta get going.
All right, man. It's all good. We're just talking shit for the moment, but I will
See,
catch you next time. I'm gonna go ahead and roll some other topics for the meeting anyway. So have fun at the
okay.
show, man.
All right, brother. I love you.
Yeah. Love you too, man. Take it easy.
You too, brother. Bye.
All right. So you guys are stuck with me again. So I went ahead and rolled again, and let's see. We ended up with another 2, so we're still going to be in the healing category. And let's see what we roll on the 30. 18. Not quite a 17. Dealing with people passing away. This is a topic we talk about a lot. I don't have a huge amount of experience with people passing away, especially not so much once I've gotten into sobriety. But the idea of trying to cope with the loss of a person, whether they're close to you or not, whether you're sober or not, is always going to be difficult. I feel like, especially people that struggle with substance abuse issues, death hits them so much harder because their only coping mechanism is also the only thing that they use on a day-to-day basis, or maybe just an occasional basis, as their stress relief, their escape from reality. So like the idea of having to deal with that inside of trying to stay clean is so difficult. And that's when the idea of community comes back in. Whether or not you're in some kind of recovery program or recovery community, like the idea of community around you. So, the topic we're actually talking on right now is taking on too much in addiction roadblocks. Dave, I know you've taken on too much too many times. I know you can speak on that a lot.
You really want me to speak on the thing that I have the worst problem with? I mean, that's kind of some bullshit, you know. That's the topic I can't help you with because that's the one I have yet to figure out.
Well, I
I got
know.
breaks, but I take on massive loads. Like I'm still with this mortgage, with this estate, with the divorce, with the kids, and still do everything, you know, as far as keep the house going. But rest in between and get what you can do and be thankful that you can do what you can. That's what I've kind of picked up along the way. You know, you kick your ass and want to do more, but you can't. I mean, it's a hard thing to fucking accept. God damn, it's hard to accept. Because I multitask. to the point that I finish less than I would if I do one thing at a time, which makes it even more in my head that I got to get shit done. So that's where I'm gonna leave that one.
You got a hoodie that I'm gonna have everybody sign when I come back to the gathering. Check this out. I got the hatchet man, right? Says whoop whoop.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Here's what the front looks like. It's got the hatchet man, and then it's got whoop whoop on it, and then on the back of it, it's got rest in peace Earl, and that's my pops. So I'm gonna get violent. I'll try to get everybody to sign it, and then put it up.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, that's awesome. I think that'd be great for you.
Yeah, man, it's a legend. You know what I mean? I've been to every gathering, and it's just like, wow, man. I don't know what the hell going on with the guys, man, but they need to pull their head out their asses and pull the family back for the family.
Yeah, believe me, we know it. I mean, we do what we can.
You know, it's honestly, it don't even feel like the gathering no more because all the family ain't there. You know, I mean,
Yeah. But I mean, that's the way it's always gone. It's always come and gone. You know, just like what happened with Dayton family. You know, they were down for the longest, and then they weren't, and then they were back. Same thing with Esham, down for the longest, and then we weren't, and then they were back. Everybody's got that potential to come back around. And these last 3 years of gatherings, we've seen more old schoolers come back out of retirement than we did in the 5 years prior.
facts.
So, it's all going to come in waves, and we'll just kind of have to roll with the punches for now. I know Dave's got a lot to say on that one too. He came out of retirement, kind of.
What up, y'all?
What up?
What up, D?
Shit, I'm late, but I'm here. I went into the Google Calendar, but there was nothing on Monday nights, and then so I had to check Facebook, but then I couldn't get in through the link, so I had to manually write it down and put it in.
Hey, like literally, I was up and running at 5, and the internet here completely shit out. So I was stuck without internet for almost 45 minutes until we got this back up and running.
Well, I guess since I can post as Juggalos in Recovery, I can't click the link when it's pinned. All I can do is unclick it, so I have to write it down and then join. And then there's nothing on my Google calendars for some reason for Monday.
You might have to go in your set it up where you can receive notifications for it.
But yeah, I'm biting off more than I can chew. I do that all the time. I literally, from the side job, woke up with a nail in my tire, had a flat this morning. So I went and got my flat fixed and got my oil changed. And then I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's noon. So I'm not going to go into the day job. And I'm just feeling the burnout throughout the day as it sets on. Like just physically fatigued and mentally drained.
Right.
Because I spent my whole weekend working when I shouldn't have. To make sure my kids get Christmas, a good Christmas.
You got to make that paper.
Without tapping into the bank account, you know. I like to keep a nest egg. Didn't want to tap into it when I could have.
I filed my taxes back in January 19th. I still haven't even got my taxes back. But yet you try calling the IRS and you don't never get a hold of nobody.
Nice to meet you, Taz.
What's up, bud?
This your first time joining in?
Oh, no.
No, Taz was at the gathering, and he had the biggest meeting out of the entire gathering. He got his chip.
Yeah, every time. I miss the big meetings at the gathering, and every meeting I went to was the small one, and I'd be going seeing something because it was my first gathering, seeing something I wanted to see, and they're like, "Oh, that meeting was giant, it was huge, it was fire." I'm like, "Damn, I missed it."
I was to the gathering this year. I got well, the 8th will be 15 months off of
Hell yeah.
meth. And it's just these
I think I
guys.
seen you there because I remember your face popping in and out of the tent, but I wasn't there for that meeting.
Yeah. Picked up my 10-month there, and then I got my year, and I got 2 more tags to go, yo.
Hell yeah.
And I
Super excited for you, man.
well, I mean, since I've been clean and sober, it's so fucking nice to be able to sit back and just relax. You're not worried about where you're going to get the next hit or where am I going to get my next dosage or whatever, man. It just I can sit here, I can think straight. You know what I mean? It's been a blessing for me to be able to do all that. You know what I mean? Because Chris, you seen me before, man, and I've been strung the fuck out and still making it to my gathering,
Yeah.
but still be fucked up.
I mean, it's an amazing feeling when you don't have that obsession and craving hanging over your head and you can just live life without wanting to do things or feeling like you have to do things to get by.
Yeah. Like last year, I was at the Columbus at Red, White, and Boom for the 4th of July, and the dude was sitting there smoking meth right there next to me. Man, I got sick on him. I called him, that's the jail. Bye. I mean, for me, it's just a blessing because I know how bad I was into it. And for me to be able to sit here and not even have that craving, the urge, or even the thought of it, man, it's just been a blessing for me. That's facts.
Fuck yeah, man.
All right, look, Chris, see that?
Yeah.
The ones that did the
Oh, I know
security
it.
together,
Mm-hmm.
I work for now.
Yep.
Yeah, full-time
That's
job with
so
them.
good.
Since I've been clean and sober, man, I got me a wife. I got I'm working on getting my family back together. I got a place to live. I got a vehicle. I got a job. I wouldn't have all this shit, man, if I was in my addiction. That's facts.
Man, that's so good.
You know, shit, man. I can't wait for the gathering, man, so I can see everybody, all the fam and everything.
I know it. Yeah,
Man,
it's going to be a good one. Yeah, we're going to be back and probably a bit better prepared, and it'll be another round of adventures.
let's see what they got counted for us this year at the gathering.
Well, you saw me more than anybody else during setup for the gathering, so I'll know how much bullshit they're gonna have for us right off the grip. No.
Honestly, since we've been over that at Legend Valley for the few years coming back, some of the same police officers still work there, and they come to it just so they can see all the people and just see how they doing and shit, man. Like I thought I was rolling on acid back in 16, no 15 at in Legend Valley. And talking to the police for 40 minutes, tripping balls on the acid, boy. And it's just like, I like, how fucked up are you, man? I'm like tripping mad balls, bro. Boy,
That's one thing I did notice. It wasn't like they were out there trying to fuck with people. They were just kind of like watching, and they're all actually kind of like respectful and chill. They were just sitting in the golf cart watching. And then when there was an emergency, you would see them driving by with the meds and shit, and they weren't like harassing people, which was kind of dope to see. I don't know if it was that way when they did it in like Oklahoma. I don't know if y'all were in Oklahoma. I heard it was
yeah,
they were more uptight out there.
Oklahoma. Well, fuck it,
Oklahoma was the fucking worst.
man. Look, they ever talk about having a gathering over on the West Coast? They ain't doing it. They ain't traveling that way. It's not even worth it because if they already trying to shut it down before we even open the gates, in Ohio. I mean, Oklahoma. And then look what they did over at uh, uh, Springville.
Indiana.
They wasn't
Hmm.
too. They really wasn't on their game there, and it's just like all they wanted to do is just take people to jail. Man, goddamn, all we are is just a family trying to gather with the fam. We're not out here fucking
Yeah.
up shit, you know. Yeah, you always got that one bad apple in the bunch, but that's everything you fucking do, you know. There's always that one bad apple to fuck some shit up. But
Yeah.
you know,
Oklahoma was by far the worst gathering I ever went to. And out of all of the ones I've been to, that's the only one I wish I could have skipped.
facts, facts. The super gathering, yeah. So what's the super? I'm waiting for him to bring it back home to Detroit, though.
Yeah.
That's I'm waiting for him to bring it back to Detroit and be back home, and then let all these stupid fucks then try some shit over there.
Yeah. Like, I would have to say though, like the only other year that I could even come close to comparing to Oklahoma would either be the 10th annual or the Indiana gathering, just because of how aggressive the cops were those years.
I think the 12th one was the worst one of them all.
The 12th one was the first one in Ohio, right?
No, crazy Illinois.
The Cave in Rock.
Yeah.
That
I was at
the
all the
worst.
Cave and Rock ones, but
That was
Because they turned the porta potties back.
I mean, but honestly, I wouldn't mind going back and seeing hepatitis porn or some shit. You know what I mean?
the facts, like there's no lie. Like the Cave and Rock gatherings were amazing because of the level of prepared you had to be to go to those gatherings, but also for the work because those cops were the most aggressive out of any gathering that we were at.
I don't remember cops at Cave in Rock.
Yeah, there was.
They were never inside, they were outside, and they would pull you
They were
over.
outside. They could stay outside.
Hey, yeah, they were scared to even go up in that motherfucker, bro. I don't know how many juggalos are up in there. We're outnumbered. Yeah, bitch, you are. Don't come fucking around with our family.
Because when that guy got stabbed, the Carney owner by his employee, I was right there, and there was two cops, and they seen all the motherfuckers selling drugs at the drug bridge. They looked over, it's like, don't even look that way. Like, just
I
keep
like
looking.
that's the thing is like the cops were only allowed on the grounds for the stabbing, and then they had to go immediately out the gates.
Get the fuck back out of the property. Get the fuck out of here. Yep. But I mean, at least over here in Ohio, you know, the police are pretty cool about it. Like my last show that
Yeah,
I
like
just
the
did
only time.
was Lostlands, dude. That was a hell of a fucking show, bro. Hell of a fucking show. I watched Stack up on that motherfucker, bro. God damn. You can see from his about his waist up. But at all the other ones, you can just barely even see their head poking over the tables and shit because the tables was it's a big ass fucking thing. But Shaq, you could damn sure see that shit, man. Look that shit up, Lost Land.
Yeah,
It
but
was
like that.
hell of a good show. Hell of a good show.
Fuck yeah, I'm always about it. Let's take it back to the gathering. So like for Cave and Rock, the only reason I ever had an issue with those gatherings was guaranteed every year I ended up getting pulled over coming in and coming out. Never got pulled over at any other gathering until Indiana.
You got to be smart about it. When it comes to the gathering, you got to be there way before and stay until way after, because then they don't even fuck with you.
Or leave with morning traffic. 6
Right.
in the morning, leaving like you're going to work with a dusty ass vehicle. They don't look twice at you. Go ahead and leave with regular 12 o'clock traffic. I see you in the line getting pulled and searched.
Yes, sir.
Man,
Oh,
I mean, it is what it is. Like, I think we're probably gonna stay at Legend Valley for a good number of years because Steve's real happy with us.
well, let's just put it this way. I got a little more info about the gathering over there. We signed a 20-year contract.
Yeah, I'm not at all surprised.
20 years. Signed a 20-year contract. This one. And yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, man. I got like I work down there. You know what I mean? Doing security during any shows that come in there. We're doing them because that's our home base. So I mean, I really enjoy working with Psychopathic, but I'm enjoying my job now that I have, just being security, and then I get to see all kinds of music. Like it don't what it
Exactly.
is.
Yeah, it is what it is. I know, like it's good for what it is. I'm happy with what I'm able to do, but I'm also not in need of
You gotta get one. You gotta have one to live here. So take it with you. Find one, even if it's a temporary.
Right?
Yeah. But with that, guys, unless you guys want me to roll another topic, you can call that a meeting.
I'm good with it.
You want me to roll another one?
Roll another one.
Fuck it. All right. Let's see. So we got accepting life on life's terms,
No.
which
Nah,
no,
I don't know about that one yet. You know, no, I'm still.
no,
I
man.
I
Accepting
mean,
life on life's terms is like one of them shits we got to be able to do.
I mean, I don't know how to take my life sometimes now. Now that I'm clean and sober, I don't know how to take life sometimes because I just like, man, what the hell? Like when I got done for working Lost Lands, I had $2,800 in my pocket for a whole fucking week. It did not bother me one bit.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah. And I was like, man, this is nice. My pockets ain't empty. I'm not out here fiending. You know, that was a fucking awesome feeling.
I like the idea of accepting life on life's terms is just kind of the idea of being able to roll with the punches. You know, just be able to take the shit that life throws at you that you can't change. It's not
So
so much, just accepting the cards that are dealt to you. It's
that's
just
everything.
being able to exist in that moment and not have to look for something.
Right? Facts. Man.
See, I tended to distract myself from those times. I like life to accept Dave on Dave's terms. I'm just saying, I'm a little hard headed. At least I don't bullshit about it.
Uh,
Better, but if there's some change, you just got to be able to roll with punches, at least in my experience. Like, for me, the idea of accepting life on life's terms would be people around me. That would be life's terms. I don't have any control around the people around me. I only have control over me. And I can
everything
accept that
for a reason.
But you have to
fan of.
people you allow around you, which allows you to control the situations around them. Because if you look, There ain't one motherfucker around me. So
Hey,
I'm
don't feel that. I'm in the same boat.
myself.
Hey man, you can control people that you socialize with, but you can't control the general public. I'm talking more so being in the public space. You don't have any control around them people. Inside your own home, that's your domain. Have no control over any of that. And you got to be okay with that sometimes because that's what it takes to function. You know, like as much as I'd like for things to be clean and shiny everywhere I go, that's not always going to be the reality. And as much as it may annoy me that the things aren't the way that I want them to be, I have to be able to be okay with the fact that they're not the way that I want them to be. And that's really what this is talking about.
Where's what's his name at tonight?
Frank is sleeping. We had our memorial meetings yesterday, and we had another meeting literally like right before that. So we had two meetings packed into a day. So I ended up taking over for the evening because he needed a nap.
Well, if you talk to him, tell him I said what's up. Tell him I'm still doing good.
Yeah, I saw you come up into the live chat yesterday.
Yeah, I was trying to get
So,
in, but it won't let me.
oh
And I
man,
was like,
we've been having yeah, we've been having issues like switching to this new Google system, but it's ultimately for the best because it saves us like a shit ton of money because we were paying out the ass to use Zoom.
I
So
bet.
it is, yeah, it just is what it is. We're figuring it out as we go.
Oh, can do.
But with that, guys, I do actually got to hop off here and get back to some shit. So we do have another meeting tomorrow.
All
We've
right. What
got a meditation meeting tomorrow afternoon. And then Wednesday, I do Song of the Week meetings. Friday, D runs like a traditional step meeting where we focus on the principles of the steps. And then Saturday, we have a story time meeting. So whenever you get the chance, almost 7 days a week, we're around running shit.
Yeah, next week or this week step 10. After the next few weeks, it'll be switching to something different.